Imagine you walk home and your cat looks at you as if you're late for an important meeting. The dog is already jumping at the door as if you've just returned from the war. A pigeon outside is checking to see if you have a loaf of bread. And a crow might have even memorized your face and added you to some kind of blacklist. And then a strange question arises. Who do animals even think we are? Not do they love us or do they understand commands? Specifically, what's going through their heads when they look at a person? Because we think about ourselves seriously. We have work, plans, passwords, loans, fatigue, and the desire to just have a quiet cup of tea. But an animal sees something else. A large creature on two legs that makes noise, smells strange, constantly wanders off somewhere, and yet knows how to open the refrigerator. For a dog, a person is an almost magical creature. They disappear behind the door for many hours and then return, with new smells, bags, news, and a chance for a walk. For us, it's an ordinary evening. For a dog, it's a "the pack is saved again" level event. She doesn't think, "the owner came home after a hard day at work." Rather, "he's back, everything's fine. I need to show him the toy right now, because without a toy, the meeting doesn't count." A dog understands that we're not dogs. We're weird. We have a poor sense of smell. We don't wag our tails. We bark terribly, but we control food, doors, and the sofa. But we're still part of her world, not just a person, but one of her own. A cat perceives us completely differently. She doesn't throw a party every time we come home. Sometimes she even looks at us as if we live with her, not the other way around. But this isn't indifference. Cats simply don't give away emotions for free. If a cat lies down next to you, blinks slowly, or rubs against your leg, it's not a coincidence. In cat language, it's almost affection, just without the unnecessary drama. Something like, "You're acceptable. You can stay." And the funniest thing is, adult cats rarely meow at each other, but with people, they meow constantly. They've literally invented a separate way to control us. One meow means, "check the bowl." Another means, "the bowl isn't full enough." A night meow means, "I saw something in the dark and now it's your problem." Horses are even more subtle in their reading of people. They don't need to understand our words to sense our state. Tensed shoulders, a sudden movement, an uncertain step, all of this is already a message to a horse. It notices when a person is calm and when we're just pretending. To a horse, we look suspicious. Our eyes are forward. We approach straight ahead. We move like predators. But then we take out a carrot, groom our fur, and speak softly. It creates a very strange image. A small predator who for some reason acts like a friend. Birds can treat us almost like characters in a database. Crows remember faces. If someone offends them, they can remember them for years. And not only remember, but also warn others. A short meeting could easily be taking place in a tree. That one in the jacket is questionable. Keep your distance. Parrots, on the other hand, can develop strong attachments. For them, a person becomes part of the flock. Strange, flightless, too big, but important. We turn on the lights, open the cages, bring food, and speak in a voice that the birds sometimes find worthy of emulation. Wild animals look at us more simply. A deer in the forest doesn't analyze our character. It doesn't care whether you're a kind person or just out for a breath of fresh air. It sees movement, hears footsteps, smells the scent, and decides how quickly to disappear. In the city, the rules change. Animals get used to us and begin to understand our usefulness. A pigeon calmly approaches because people often drop food. A squirrel looks at a passerby as a potential source of nuts. A raccoon probably considers trash cans the greatest invention of human civilization. From its perspective, we build houses, roads, and stores, work all day, buy groceries, and then put the leftovers in convenient containers. A very generous view. A little noisy, but overall promising. In the water, we look even stranger. A dolphin, looking at a person, most likely sees a slow and clumsy swimmer. Without a tail, without proper fins, with a ton of equipment and a constant need to come up for air. We're clearly not a top-of-the-line animal for the ocean. A whale next to a human is like a blimp next to a sunflower seed. Perhaps they don't even understand why we're so sure of our importance. But many marine animals sense our fragility. We're small, noisy, curious, and completely unsuited to their world. An octopus probably sees us even more mysteriously. It can recognize different people, behave differently toward them, and even show its personality. To it, a person behind glass is a large land creature who arrives on schedule, brings food, and makes predictable movements. The octopus may not know who we are, but it certainly understands. This creature influences its life. And here's the most interesting part. Animals most likely aren't trying to give us a single, unified definition. For them, it's not what a human is that's more important than what to expect from them. One person moves calmly, it's safe to be around them. Another one is screaming and waving his arms, it's best to keep his distance. Some are bringing food, some are scaring us, some are simply passing by and don't deserve attention. We are not a single image to them. A dog sees us as a close member of its pack. A cat, a large neighbor that can be tamed to suit its needs. A crow, a specific face worth remembering. A squirrel, a chance for a good snack. A raccoon, a creator of magical bins with leftover food. A dolphin, a strange tourist without a tail. We're used to thinking of people as the planet's main characters. But animals don't know our positions, don't read our messages, and don't worry about our deadlines. They simply observe. And perhaps they draw more honest conclusions than we do. Because for an animal, a person isn't words, status, or beautiful thoughts. It's a voice, a smell, a movement, a habit, and an action. So every time you pass a dog, feed a cat, startle a pigeon, or encounter a crow in the yard, remember, you're already being judged. And somewhere in the animal kingdom, an opinion of you may have already been formed.